Step right up, let's take the dive. Crypto world is coming alive. From XRP to the blockchain beat. Join the crew, we're pioneers meet. Got builders, dreamers, paving the way. Multi-chain vibes, we're here to stay. Wanna know? Don't wait, let's go. Dip a toe, join the Web3 flow. Take a step, explore the scene. Dip a toe, show, living the dream. From the legend to the stars we climb. Crypto's future, it's our time. Dip a toe, yeah, take that chance. Join the vibe, let's crypto dance. Faces of crypto, stories we share. Early adopters, they're everywhere. From XRP to the Web3 wave. Bold moves, only we're here to pay. Melissa and Simon, they light the way. Every week it's a crypto play. Wanna know? Don't wait, let's go. Dip a toe, join the Web3 flow. Take a step, explore the scene. Dip a toe, show, living the dream. From the legend to the stars we climb. Crypto's future, it's our time. Dip a toe, yeah, take that chance. Join the vibe, let's crypto dance. Let's crypto dance. No advice, just a spark to ignite. Do your research, keep your vision tight. Community strong, we're building the way. Dip a toe show, here to stay. Take a step, explore the scene. Dip a toe show, living the dream. From the legend to the stars we climb. Crypto's future, it's our time. Dip a toe, yeah, take that chance. Join the vibe, let's crypto dance. Don't take a chance, don't be shy. Crypto's calling, we're reaching the sky. Join the movement, come take a look. Web3's rising, the world's been shook. Ooh.
Hello, hello, hello. I know that was so the wrong.
Oops.
That was so the wrong intro, but that's okay. We're all connected, and this is Digital Ladies Unscripted. Welcome to the show where the ladies come and talk about what's happening in this digital asset space. I am here today. I'm Keda12111. A whole lot of extra ones for no reason, along with Miss Lady K and then also Miss Optimistic Prime. Hello, ladies. How are you doing this evening?
Great, thank you. We're dipping our toe into Digital Ladies. Poor Melissa's sick this evening, so she uploaded the intro, and obviously by the time she did that, she was pretty sick, or else she would have done it the other way. So shout out to Melissa. We hope you feel better. We're going to hold it down tonight and chat all about you guys going to the community event for Ripple Swell and all the other things that have been going on. I'm excited. How are you doing, Lady K? Lady K's having
internet back. I'm great. How are you guys?
Doing really well. Thank you for asking. Thank you so much. What's been going on with you, Miss Lady K?
Not much. Trying to catch up on work after some time off. What about you?
Oh my goodness. It's been one heck of a day. Okay. I haven't been home that much longer than you. And it really has been an interesting couple of days, no lie. Just with work, coming in from New York, because that's my stomping grounds, and really just trying to reconnect with home and family, and also reconnecting with everybody online, because we have our magical internet friends, which we've got quite a few of them in our chat. We've got now Cottrell, Nina Blossom, who was here in the very beginning. Silver Days was our first one. And then we had Miss Nina Blossom. They had like all kinds of great conversation. We got K Buddy in the house. Marvin Daniels is here. Miss World Be Free, our lovely fearless leader who's not feeling so well today, but I'm hoping that she starts to feel that much better. Big Bro 1088 is here. And then, Mr. Man made it. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. We're so glad to have you here. And I just wanted to start off with, first of all, just telling Lady K how awesome it was to be able to meet her and hug her neck in New York City and be able to hang out with her and her husband, who is an amazing person, and really get to know them. I think that was really, really cool this past week. And I can't say enough about them, for sure.
It was really nice meeting you too. And I mean, Keda, you are just a beautiful woman, like inside and out. I think I called. Is my internet working right?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Is my internet?
It is. I can hear you. It's a little delayed.
Okay.
Just a
yeah.
little.
So I think I called. Oh, okay. So I think I called Kelly and was like, I'm going to use that beef tallow every single night. So, okay. I'll be right back. I'm going to try and fix it.
Okay, no problem. Hey, Miss Opti, how are you doing this evening, my dear?
Oh my gosh, it's one of those nights, like when my kids have all come over in the last 3 minutes to talk to me, even though I've told them that I'm on the show and they can't. And then when I took my screen off, my little image wasn't showing up. So I don't know, because it was showing up a couple minutes ago. So I don't know. So there's just all sorts of things going on in the background. But yeah, I mean, I've had a crazy week while you guys were off getting to know each other and sharing our community vibe with the rest of the community. I was minting my Remember the 5th of November collection, NFT collection. I stayed up for like 72 hours or some ungodly number, and I'm still catching up. Plus, so many other things are going on in the background. But I'm so excited to hear all about your trip. So how about we start with that, because you're here and I'm here, and why don't you share about like when you showed up and what it was like and what you guys got up to, who you met, and maybe a little bit about your sort of plan to drop by barbershops if you want to share it. And then
for sure.
Lady K's back.
Oh, yes, she is. So I'm going to talk about this and then we'll get right back into you. So what was awesome about the time in New York is, one, I'm originally from New York. So for me, coming back to New York was like straight up like going into my stomping ground. So that was awesome. And then coming into the city from LaGuardia was what it was. I mean, you're in a cab and you're hoping that you don't die. On top of the fact that New York has changed quite a bit since I was last in New York. You know, it had been some years. My daughter was a baby when I was last in New York as a person that lived there. And my daughter's 17 now. So it's been quite a long time. So in that time, there's been quite a few advances, a lot more, you know, things have happened. There's been a lot more innovation, things of that nature. And so because of that, I will say that there's a lot more to New York that's different now than when I was there. But at the same time, I was excited to be able to meet my magical internet friends, you know? So the first day I got settled into my hotel, and it was serendipitous that my hotel was literally just a couple of blocks away from the actual event, the actual XRPL community day event. And that was not on purpose. I swear to you, I had no idea what the thing was. but the actual hotel was on 23rd and Lexington, and my hotel was on 25th and Fifth Avenue. So, you know, it just worked itself out. I was like, talk about the universe working in your favor, you know. So that was really cool. And then I had gotten a chance to get in touch. I had reached out to Kristin, and I had reached out to Mr. Sam just to let them both know that I was in town already. And, you know, from that vantage point, you know, it was like, okay, well, what are we going to do now? Lady K had already set up some things with a couple of other people, and they ended up not showing. So from that vantage point, it was kind of a let's meet up and get together. And, you know, we did that. You know, Mr. Zam was nice enough because we were trying to be able to all be at the same show at the same time. However, it just worked out that I was kind of the fifth wheel. And the show was sold out. So because the show was sold out, Mr. Zam was nice enough to hang out with me while everybody else saw the show.
What a gentleman, right?
Yes, absolute gentleman to do that. He didn't have to do that, and he did. And from that vantage point, we hung out until they finished the show. And then they met us, and then we ended up having drinks together and talking and meeting our side from that vantage point. And then we all went out for cheesecake at Junior's. So it was a great way to just be able to meet each other, hug each other's necks, and be able to get to know each other. Chris is, first of all, her husband, Chris, is amazing. And when you meet him and her together, you can see absolutely why they are together and how they play off of each other, which is really, really cool. So that part was amazing.
I would agree. What a compliment. Thank you. I said I would agree. What a compliment. Thank you.
Absolutely. So he was great to meet, and he's funny just like she is, and smart just like she is, and I can see how the two of them are able to kind of just pair it together and, you know, talk about these things and hash them out. So that was really, really cool.
Yeah.
That was with Stone too, right?
And yeah. Stone. Oh my goodness. Stone. You cannot forget Stone. Okay. First off, Stone is exactly how you hear him on the show is exactly how he is in person. Like there is no difference. I'm the same, you know what I'm saying? How I am in person is how I am, you know, on screen or in person or just talking to. I'm exactly the same. But Stone is exactly that. He's a very handsome young man. I say that because I am a lot older than Stone. He's about his business. I love that about him because I'm about my business. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's great. And he always sees things in line of how does that benefit my business? How does that benefit? And I don't mean that in a negative way at all. I mean, I think that that's a very strategic way to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I had no doubt that Stone would be the same, like in person as, you know, on the internet. He just has great energy and, you know, and so like to be with him, it's like, you feel that energy. So it's even better. You know what I mean? Like you hear it on Spaces, but you feel it when you're with him. And he was really amazing. He's smart.
And the other part too, Kristin, is the fact that Stone is the type of person that positivity, it's intentional from him. You know what I'm saying? It's very intentional. And it doesn't matter what the conversation is. He's always going to take it back to that positive side. Whereas I know, because he was like, "Ooh, Keda, you real passionate about things." And I'm like, and yes, I am. At the same time, I'm always looking for the silver lining, and I'm always looking for the positivity in it. However, I always see both sides. And in everything, there's a yin and yang. There's always a positive and a negative. So I'm always seeing it from both sides. He's like, let's keep it positive all the time.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm so happy that I got to hang with our side again, because he is just like a really like great guy.
Yes.
And Mr. Sam, he was amazing. And just everyone we met there was really amazing. It was like a lot of really good conversations, and just being able to show up and say, hey, you're a real person. Okay, so this is funny, because I had dinner on Monday with like some people, and Dan Fisher was there, right? And so I apologized to him because, when Dan Fisher first came on the scene, he like DM'd like, hey, I'm from Ripple. And I'm thinking like, yeah, right. Like Ripple DMing me. Totally did not believe it. And even he was like, he was like, hey, that's the way you should be. I could totally see you, you being like skeptical, which is actually really cool, because like, if you're in this space, you know what I mean? You should respect like the fact that people like are worried about like, imposters or scammers or, whatever, it may be. So that was fun to actually meet him and be like, hey, you're a real person. Sorry, I left you on red.
Yes.
Hey, before we move on, so that's crazy that you went to dinner with him. I didn't know that part of the story, so that he was part of that, because then when Stone had his story about running into him later on, that's an interesting sort of tie-in. So before we move on, I was curious if you guys could just share a little bit about our side. So the people who don't know who our side is, maybe Lady K, you can just mention a little bit about his coin, like his actual silver bullion. I think that'd be great.
So our side runs Lost Art, and he hosts a big NFT conference in California, Orange County, California, every year in November. And he created Web3, which is actually a really cool platform where it like links your socials. He did create a silver coin, and part of those funds went to helping develop the Web3 even further. And the silver coin is really cool because it's got like the Ripple case number and the date it ended and stuff, and it's really sharp looking. If you don't have one, you should pick one up. And he's working on a gold coin. So that's gonna be like $4,600. So I'm not sure how many people are gonna, although I don't know. If we have a Merry Christmas, next RP goes up, maybe, right?
For sure. Awesome. Yeah. Well, I mean, for me, I wish I was there. I mean, obviously, I'm so lucky to have gone to like 3 events in the past year. So, I sort of like, it is what it is. I haven't been to New York City since 2003, since the year my mom died, actually. I went 4 times that year. I was taking a course. 22 years. I'm sure it's changed, 1,000-fold. Can't imagine it being any busier than it was back then. Crazy that you guys were there. Super exciting that the Swell event was going on there. And for me, it was the community event, hearing all about that, seeing all the pictures, hearing the stories, getting the call from Mr. Zam and Keda at 9:00 at night, midnight their time, asking how my NFT collection was going. Me going, it's not going so well, guys. But the fact that you guys,
the way that it should have.
Though, yeah, for sure. But the fact that you guys called me while you were, enjoying your time and sharing the journey, and then Stone posting his little videos in the back office of the X Meme Telegram channel, that was super wonderful. So. Do you want to share a little bit more about the community event?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so we get there, and so first off, the day had gone crazy. Okay, so I know that Lady K and her husband had gone and had lunch together. And so me and Mr. Zam and Stone had gone to Virgil's barbecue. Now, for those that don't know, I opened Virgil's barbecue when it first opened years ago. So it was my first job when I moved to New York. And so the owners and creators of Virgil's Barbecue are also the creators of Carmine's Italian family style restaurant in New York. So there's a couple of different ones in the city. There's one down off of in the 90s on Broadway. And then they have another Carmine's that's on 44th Street in the theater district. So that group of owners of Carmine's traveled the country, and basically what they did is they went and found all of the different types of barbecue and decided to make a barbecue restaurant, and they named it Virgil's. So Virgil's also is on 44th Street in between 6th and 7th Avenue. So when I was down there, I had decided that I wanted to go to Virgil's Barbecue, and
the one thing
so I went there. I apologize. I went there, and what ended up happening is that first of all, the food was amazing. Virgil's Barbecue, they are all in when it comes to barbecue. They went to wherever they could find out to have the best brisket, the best pulled pork, the best, whether it's Kansas City pulled pork or it's Texas brisket or it's barbecue ribs from wherever.
We need to get Uncle Buster's rub on their menu.
Let's go. And it's funny that you say that, because when I worked for them, my family is from like South Carolina, so what ended up happening is I had told them about a shrimp and grits recipe that my grandmother taught me how to make when I was a little girl at like 9 years old. And they had it on the menu for a while, and it is amazeballs. So Opti, if you're coming to Florida in January, I just might have to make you some shrimp and grits.
Ooh.
Oh my God, I've never even heard of that. What were we going to say, Lady K?
Okay, do you eat grits at all?
I mean, I'm Canadian. I went to my first crawfish broil at the event in Austin. That was like as Southern cuisine as I've ever had in my life. But Lady K, you want to say something? Yeah.
Well, I love crawfish, but I've never had grits either.
You've never had grits? Okay, no. So first of all, I am definitely a Northerner, but I have a lot of family that has Southern roots. And so grits comes from the hominy of corn. So it's made out of hominy. And they take that and they dry it and grind it down. And you make almost similar to like a porridge out of it. Okay. Now, when I was growing up, my family, in order to be able to get me to eat grits, they would make it sweet, similar to like an oatmeal or like a mapo or, cream of wheat that was sweet. They would make it like that. And as I grew up, then I started eating it with butter, salt, and pepper, and then adding a little bit of cheese to it. So when my dad's family was from South Carolina, and in South Carolina, grits is like it's like religious in South Carolina, and so I remember his mom. His mom is Geechee, and so Geechee is like a mixture of French and African and, just very native. So they have their own language, and they are from James Island and John Island and in South Carolina. This is off of the coast of Charleston. And so they call it a gullah. They call it the gullah country. And they would make shrimp and grits. And so you know, if you go to Louisiana, you'll see shrimp and grits. It kind of has like a tomatoey kind of base to it. And it'll have like a bunch of different vegetables and things of that nature. Well, the gullah is different. The gullah makes it like a brown gravy. And so she taught me how to make that when I was 9. And I have never forgotten how to make this shrimp and grits. And it starts off with bacon.
Well, it sounds amazing.
Everything is good with bacon.
Yes, right. You'll definitely have to make that for
sure. I got y'all.
again.
You're coming in January, yes?
I'm trying. Lady K.
I don't know yet. We'll see.
Oh, you have to.
God, I really am wanting I would love to have all of the ladies from Digital Ladies Unscripted, because I know Melissa will be there as well. So I'm looking forward to having all of the ladies at Digital Ladies Unscripted for us to be able
goes too. How can I say no?
Of course, you can't say no.
I know, right? I know.
And I already see in the audience, we've got so many amazing people in this audience so far. We've got Connie, K Buddy, Nina Blossom. We have Big Bro 1088. We have XRP Bag Handler. Marvin Davis is in the house. And then we also have Miss Tangi, and she is in Florida as well, clocking that tea. So I'm excited. I think
I was
Lady
just
K.
gonna say, the one thing I love about New York is every time you go, you like find something new, right?
Yes.
It's just interesting. But Opti, what were you gonna ask?
Oh, I was going to quickly ask so that we can move along, because I really want to hear about community event, and we only have 30 more minutes left.
I know.
If the people at the restaurant that you were talking about, if there was anybody there that remembered you, if there was anybody from the original farm, that's too bad, because that's always fun going back to old restaurants. I mean, I was a server for 20 years, so I get it, but that must have been fun to like share that with Mr. Zam and Stoney. And and then in terms of New York, you have to come. I'm very excited. I mean, I have to figure it out. I have no idea exactly how it's going to go. I've been trying to convince Cosmic Mama Shay, my magical internet friend that lives 2 hours from me, to attend with me. So we will see how that all goes. And shout out to Mr. Zam and Stoney right now, who I think I'm pretty sure are both on a plane to Las Vegas.
I think so too.
For this crazy, like every time I hear about it, I'm like, I'm sorry, did you went to New York last week and then y'all are doing this? And then I keep hearing like, today I was like I was supposed to have like an overview with TextRP and just go back over all that and like get more familiar with TextRP. And my daughter had a huge test that took us way many hours that it shouldn't have been. Anyways, I rescheduled and turned out Will was getting ready for Vegas. I was like, oh my goodness, how many of these people are going to Vegas this week? So lots is going on there, but we'll come back to that. But yeah, we could get back down to the community event and just share a little bit more about that for the people who aren't in coffee and crypto in the morning and have heard a little bit more of the stories. I'd love to hear a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, you know, there were a lot of people in play at the actual community event. I think that it was just the right amount of people to go to that particular event. I think that the actual venue that they had, I think it was appropriate. They had it was in the hotel called the Freehand. And the Freehand Hotel is an older boutique hotel. And it's quaint because that older side of it gives it a different feel. It's not so overly like renovated that it just feels like something new. but it has such a great just atmosphere about it. It had all kinds of little alcoves and little smaller spaces for you to be able to sit and have a good conversation with people. The area where they had like the DJ with lots of music was appropriate, and it was large enough for people to dance if they wanted to have still be able to have a conversation if they wanted to. And then they had an area that was in between that had lots of area for conversations to be had. And then they had a smaller area back in the back that was more like the speakeasy type of area, where you could get drinks. They had a nice little bar back there, along with billiards and a couple of other vendors back there. So I think that across the board, I think they had some really great spaces for us to be able to have great conversations, as well as upstairs they had a rooftop area that we could.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So it was. I felt like it was just a great venue for this particular event. Lady K, what do you?
Yeah, I was going to ask Lady K. I was curious also, who were you the most excited to meet if you hadn't met them before?
I mean, so many people. I'm almost afraid to start naming them off, because if I forget someone, I don't want them to think that like it was any less amazing meeting them. I mean, I got to meet Crypto Queen and Dazzling from Australia. I got to hang with James Rule, the nicest guy. Dazzling's like super nice, and he's been traveling the world now. And Crypto Queen's, she's a boss. She's been doing her thing. She's amazing. And I got to meet Larry Z, which I've talked to for, many years now. It feels like maybe it's only 1 or 2 years.
Did you get a coin from him, from Larry Z?
From Larry Z?
Yeah.
A coin?
Because he had a bag that he was having people take things out of.
That was not Larry Z.
That wasn't Larry Z? Who's that?
But I did get a coin from him. Yes. Okay. That was, and I called him Todd, and it's not Todd. And he told me what was his name. What was it? Oh shoot. I'm Sean, maybe. I'm gonna forget. But yeah, no, I did get one of those. And, I got to meet XRPL Commons. Like, I was so excited. You guys know I like love them, and like I give them credit all the time for the boot camp course and everything. So, and I was like, he looks familiar. And then I go up and I'm like, I know you, but I don't know how I know you. And he was like, well, I'm with XRPL Commons. And I'm like, no way. I'm like, I watch those town hall meetings all the time, I got to talk to Robert, the CEO of Salmon, and that was a really interesting conversation. And I saw Blockchain Trucker and Zach, and not financial advice again. I had met before, and just so many people. I mean, I got to see Angie. I got to meet Death Ranger. I mean, he is like the man. Okay, I mean, he is so smart, and it was amazing. The conversations were really good too.
I agree with that. And one of the main ones, we kind of talked about it briefly the other day, but we got a chance to meet one of the people that created OpenCoin. He created OpenCoin, and then it was rebranded to Ripple. And, we happened to, and Lady K was there with me. It was Lady K, Corizi, Mr. Sam, and who else was with us at that point? It was one more person.
Oh, Winchester! I got to meet Winchester and Shellfish.
And Winchester,
oh my gosh! Like I knew I was gonna forget so many amazing people.
So we were standing there talking to him, and he lets us know who he is, and he was like, well, I just really want to know, how you all feel about DeFi. And I was like, wow. I was like, you have no idea how much we're into DeFi.
Right.
I was like, we're on it. We're so on it, And we talked about it, and as we talked about it, it came to me that, we're really being watched a whole lot more than we think we are, And it wasn't until we had a whole conversation. He had asked about our contact information. And I'm going to be honest with you, Kristin, I didn't think anything of it when he asked about it at all. And then the very next day I did my show. And when I did my show, I always have the after space afterward. And in the after space, I'm talking about, the Swell event because people are asking about it. And I talked about that interaction with him. And I'm seeing this guy that's in the space and he's throwing up hundreds, like right after each other. And I didn't understand what was going on with it till I looked at his handle and realized it was him. I was talking about him. So it just worked itself out. I think it's just very interesting to see how seen we really are.
It's funny because I was actually asked about how I felt about validators getting incentives, right, at the community party. So it's kind of funny to come back into space after that and then hear that's a big topic, right? So it's like, I don't know. I got to meet Stuart Alderati. I forgot about that.
Me too. I did too.
Mayuka's amazing. I probably was like so awkward because like I just respect her so much.
Who is this?
Mayuka.
Oh, Mayuka is from.
What would you call that? Like a programmer or an engineer at Ripple? She headed the AMM amendment, and she is heading the smart contract amendment now.
Nice. I did also get a chance to meet the president of partnerships with Ripple. And she's a woman. And I do too. And I swear, my brain was ticking as soon as she told me who she was. And I was like, so you need to come on Digital Ladies Unscripted. But the funny part was she whipped out her phone and gave me her contact information.
That is amazing.
So I felt like it was going to be, I think that is just an amazing thing. And I see that Florida Man Landscaping wants you, Lady K, to talk about your validator journey and how long it took.
You know what? Jay, come to the after space and we will totally hash that out.
And also you were interviewed here on Digital Ladies in this, what is it, the second or the third week? Where we talked all about it too.
Yeah. But I just don't want to take away from Opti's time talking about the Remember 5th of November.
Yes. And
okay, well, if you insist,
we will take it over to Miss Optimistic Prime. And tell me about Remember the 5th of November.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's super crazy for me that this event happened on that day. The more the time came up to it, I've been planning on this for a year. And so the fact that like it was slowly coming up and then you're like, oh yeah, we're all gonna be in New York and then we're all gonna be at this event. And then, there's this, community event that night for Swell. I was just like, odds. Like, what are the odds in the middle of the week that I've been playing this for a year and 5 of my best magical internet friends will be hanging out together and they will remember the 5th of November, 2025, just because it's such a big event. I mean, for me to hear that Brad Garlinghouse had announced at the end of the event that maybe you can just speak briefly to that. What my interpretation, I didn't actually see the footage. I've been so busy, I can't even tell you. I don't know what day it is. I'm sleeping in and coffee and crypto apparently every day these days. And
you just announced that they are going to combine these conferences now. So
yes.
They're going to take Swell, which is generally for finance, and Apex, which is generally where the developers go, and the broader XRP community together into one mega event, and it will be hosted in New York next year.
So exciting. So exciting. Yeah. And I have we'll talk about in the after space how I'm very happy that Apex will be coming home to America. But yeah, no, after that, I thought, wow, how interesting that, it's the 1 year anniversary of, the Republic's last election. Being a Canadian, I actually, was up that day. I made like 10 NFTs that said, remember the 5th of November. And my logo for the Blue Umbrella token, I put like November 5th, 2024 on the shirts. And it was the very first time I made Stony his X meme. Of course, my daughter decides to come over here right now and blow her nose in front of me. So great. It's just so great. What it's like to live on a school bus. Anyways, and so, yeah, I wanted to make a bigger collection, and that sort of had been the dream that I was figuring out how to make a proper mint with features and traits, and that people could mint, and to raise money for, all my projects, for the AMM pool, for the Blue Umbrella token, to help create the Blue Umbrella treehouse in the metaverse, and then to bridge over to the Wandering Home directory and help reestablish the projects for the Wandering Footprint, which is my humanitarian project. So I got my tablet at the beginning of October. The Wanderer, which was our magazine, which both of you are featured in, both the first and second issues of Volume 3, took 20 days more than I had anticipated. So by the time I actually sat down to start making the collection, I had a lot of the vision in my mind, but it was actually learning to draw it on this drawing tablet, learning how to use the drawing tablet. Every time I had a new idea, I had to go to YouTube and be like, okay, how do I put this layer in? And how do I change the color here? And how do I make this transparent? And how do I save it like this? So yeah, I ended up finally, like I said, I was up for 70 hours. I tried to, get it done by the 1st because I knew I'd run into 1,001 problems, which of course is what happened. I was trying to even get it up on the ledger on at noon GMT time, just so that I had at least a few hours. I wanted to have 24 hours so people could mint on the 25th. I got it up at 2 a.m. on the 6th of my time. So sadly, not one single one was minted on the 5th, which was terribly upsetting to me. But just know that while y'all were hanging out, I was doing my best to get this on the ledger. It's been it's been fun and exhausting. And talk about a learning curve. And just all the extra steps I wasn't aware of, all the ways you have to set it up before it actually gets onto the ledger. But shout out to Money Grabbers, who basically taught me how to do whitelisting, shared it out to their community. And so now if you hold one of my NFTs and you're signed up with the Money Grabbers, you get daily airdrops of Blue Umbrella tokens. And then I will be doing a 1% of my total supply gift on Christmas Day. So that's sort of the push. Right now, we've sold out 5%, which is so exciting for me. And then tomorrow, the 11/11, it's so funny that I did this on the 5th. And then our anniversary, James and my anniversary, 7 years married, 12 years together, was on the 7th. And then 11/11 is Veterans Day for you guys, and it's Remembrance Day for us. And I had actually made the XOM token, which I brought it up to you guys a bunch of times on 2023. And my goal was to put it on the ledger in 2025. So because GMT is what the ledger's based on, right? So if you go to the ledger and you look up anything, it's always based on GMT. And so right before Digital Ladies, I totally put up the XOM token on the sale order. So it's done. I don't have to do anything else for tomorrow. So all of my things have been accomplished. And shout out to all of the beautiful, wonderful people who have supported that initiative. And for me, it really I wanted to showcase a lot of the community members. I wanted to create something that remembered this date And just also remember the fact that like I'm moving past the Guy Fawkes mask and into a whole new sort of vision for the Blue Umbrella Treehouse and the Blue Umbrella. So this is a way to commemorate that I came from the true thing, you know, and those who know. And I think that this is what's so incredible about, you know, just all the XRP ledger, you know, what's happening right now with like this merging of these, you know, three giant, because I'm assuming when Lady K, you said all three, or them XRP Vegas is one of the ones too, that they're sort of thinking about incorporating into this new event for next year. Is that correct?
They didn't specifically say XRP Las Vegas. They specifically said Swell and Apex, but then they added in and the broader community because, you know, Swell was kind of finance and Apex was kind of builders. And if you're neither, right? So I think that they were just saying that they were going to do one mega event and everyone was going to be invited.
Well, and so what I was just going to say to that is, you know, it's amazing to be here for so long now and see the lore evolve, you know, see the journey happen and see how, you know, you'll be able to say, I was there when, you know, it was only financiers. Now, we have 15 minutes left. Last week, thanks for letting me share a little bit about the Blue Umbrella Remember collection. Last week, we spoke about the people that were going to be at Swell. And the presenters and how big a deal it was because it was the financial district. Do you guys have anything more to share about, like, did you hear anything more about announcements that were made? Did you hear any more future things that are coming? Was there any follow-up to last week's conversation about those, or like during like presentations or anything like that?
Well, I did hear about the partnership that Ripple has now with MasterCard. And I think that is a big deal because there's so many aspects of it, not just from the settlement standpoint, but I think it's settlement for stable coins. So I think that's where one of the major things that came out of it, aside from the fact that they're planning on doing Apex and Swell together. And then also learning from Lady K that the reason why Swell came about was because of the fact that Swift didn't want them at Davos.
I argue with people all the time who say, oh, we're, you know, Swift, we're so bullish on Swift. And it's like, no. We are competing with Swift. We always were. We are a disruptor, right? I mean, like, think bigger. You know, we're changing the way money moves. I mean, for the first time, money can actually move over the internet for cheaper, you know, and more cost efficient. And so, yeah, Swift definitely dug their heels in and kicked Ripple out of Sabos. So,
Was it Davos? Like
Sabos?
Oh, so I thought it was okay. I've misheard this like 3 times then. Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, because they've been to Davos and stuff. Yeah. So that's how Swell was born. And then now Swell is just getting even bigger.
For me, it's just so crazy because like when people argue against, like, you know, when you get the trolls in and they just want to argue and they want to get you to argue, like I'm not that one. But it's always so interesting to hear the sort of like, well, what's the proof? What's the proof that they're, you know, really they're going to be part of the financial district or financial, you know, ecosystem, and that the bankers staff and all that. And I think it's just, this story is so telling. And then the fact that this is happening, and, you know, I saw a video in the past couple days that just said, you know, what makes XRP so different is that the public, the regular Joe Schmo or Amanda Jones or Chad Smith was able to get in before all the giant corporations. And like, if you go throughout history, like it's never happened, you know, an asset class that was, you know, the people could get their hands on it before. And so do you have anything like to say to that? Like, what are your thoughts on the fact that like all of this sort of is pushing towards what we thought, but also gives us an opportunity as a little person?
I mean, for the first time ever, I can custody my own funds and I can transact without a third party telling me I've hit my limit. Right. And, DeFi, I can invest in something and, hopefully, like, because we're still sort of in the in between right now where we have some sort of central, control and protocol level, right? But I see this going to protocol level where we can interact with DeFi and earn at a protocol level where I'm not relying on these third parties as well. So that's my thought on it. I mean, everything about the technology, you know what I mean? I know like some people they just go, I want to buy it because the price will go up, and they totally just miss the freedom that it can give them.
Which I think is very hard. I mean, like, this is why I'm glad we have these conversations. I'm glad Dip a Toe exists, because this is an ongoing conversation, because for me, it's just a juxtaposition between that and the banker's coin and the control mechanism. So join Dip a Toe and have more of Digital Ladies Unscripted for more of these conversations. I think we have our After Dark space and coming up in 20 minutes. Miss Keda, do you have anything to add to that? Or do you have any memories of the event that you want to share? Or you also said that you had a really big day today. Is there anything that you want to share before we only have, I guess, 8 minutes left before?
That is true.
Hopefully we have our outro. Do we have our outro,
Yes,
guys?
we do for sure. So one of the things that I definitely was so stinking excited about, and I don't ever fangirl about anybody. I swear I don't. But the minute that I met Brad Garlinghouse and shook his hand, I'm sorry, I fangirled. So I was so tongue-tied. And I normally can talk about anything with anyone at any time about any situation. And that so did not happen. That was a great experience. And it's one thing to say that you did that, but it's a whole nother thing to feel like you were seen and heard, and I think that was really, really cool. What I was really, really excited about is just being able to get a chance to meet my magical internet friends. I'm in the chat with you all Monday through Friday every week, and it was the first time I got a chance to meet Stone. You know what I mean? Like, I had gotten a chance to meet you, Abdi. New York was a chance for me to meet Lady K, and I also got a chance to meet Stone and Mr. Zam. Well, I had met Mr. Zam in Vegas, but I had gotten a chance to meet both of them and hang out with them and really be able to just chill. And I think that was so important. It's one thing to know people online. It's a whole other thing when you get a chance to meet them in person and hug their neck, as I always say. So, that's just a whole nother ball game. I feel like it was just a great time to just be able to have those types of conversations with each other, pontificate, and all of that. So I'm excited about that. I am.
And I think
and
Stone's
hopefully
here now, and you
yes, he is.
mentioned it. We definitely said, your energy is the same in person as it is online, but like in person, it's better because you get to like feel it.
Yeah, it is. It really is true. And that was the part that was most important, is that, I've gotten a chance to be around, Opti and feel her energy. I've gotten a chance to hug her neck. Yes. It is so different when you get a chance to have these IRL situations. And it's been a big day for me. I can't really talk about it in public right now, but it has been a very, very interestingly amazing day today. And your girl is doing some big things. And I'm super excited about everything that's happening right now in this digital asset and cryptocurrency space. I am I'm excited for the things that we are going to be able to implement and do and make sure that they're seen and heard. I'm excited for Opti's Mint. I'm excited to be able to give some of those Blue Umbrella NFTs away because I minted a few. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about our next IRL events that'll be coming up. I know that Stone is in Vegas and is going to be doing some amazing things and being able to make sure that we're seen and heard. So I'm excited for that. Mr. Sam will be out there along with him. And so it's going to be some major things happening right now. There's going to be a lot of eyes.
I feel like it's just too much, honestly. I just feel like 3 days and like there's like 1,000 things just to catch up on. Like somebody wrote me 2 days ago, Brad Garlinghouse got married 3 weeks ago. I had no idea. Didn't see that anywhere. Did you guys? Nope. I was like, people keep telling, thank gosh I have all of you as my internet friends, because magical internet friends, because you really are magical. You all do your own thing, and then you can come back to me and give me the Coles Notes version, because damn son, there's just so much going on at all seconds of the day. And shout out to Stone and Coffee and Crypto in the Morning, and you, Lady K, for holding it down every day of the week and making sure that everybody is up to date, that there's a place where people can share things. And shout out to Melissa for this, holding this down for 2 years, the Dipito show with Simon, and hopefully we'll get Meegan on when Meegan, Simon's wife, when Melissa's doing better, and we can all have a chat about that. But yeah, shout out to Melissa. I'm so sorry that you're feeling sick this evening. I hope that we did your space, your vision justice without you. And, I can't wait for the next IRL event for sure. And right now, Alan Staples' event in Florida, I wrote him this week. I was like, Melissa, how do I get tickets? And he's like, apparently he's supposed to send an email. So I've sent an email.
Okay. We're down to 10 seconds.
Oh, Lady K?
So
see you in the after space.
See you in the after space, and I will see you there at 10:10 on the X app, and we will be there, and we will have a great conversation. So I'll see you all there. Have a great night, y'all.
Step right up, let's take the dive. Crypto world is coming alive. From XRP to the blockchain beat. Join the crew, we're pioneers meet. Got builders, dreamers, paving the way. Multi-chain vibes, we're here to stay. Wanna know? Don't wait, let's go. Dip a toe, join the Web3 flow. Take a step, explore the scene. Dip a toe, show, living the dream. From the ledger to the stars we climb. Crypto's future, it's our time. Dip a toe, yeah, take that chance. Join the vibe, let's crypto dance. Faces of crypto, stories we share. Early adopters, they're everywhere. From XRP to the Web3 wave. Bold moves, only we're here to pave. Melissa and Simon, they light the way. Every week it's a crypto play. Wanna know? Don't wait, let's go. Dip a toe, join the Web3 flow. Take a step, explore the scene. Dip a toe, show, living the dream. From the ledger to the stars we climb. Crypto's future, it's our time. Dip a toe, yeah, take that chance. Join the vibe, let's crypto dance. Let's crypto dance. No advice, just a spark to ignite. Do your research, keep your vision tight. Community strong, we're building the way. Dip a toe show,